Your third eye is the seat of your perception of the truth. Whatever you think about your life, whatever you think about who you are, and whatever you think about what the world is all born from the projection out of your third eye. Accessing your third eye, activating this chakra begins to activate your intuitive abilities to perceive the truth, to perceive at subtle levels of reality, to see the things that ordinary people miss. And silence is one of the virtues that cultivates the third eye. Can you sit in silence with yourself? Just allowing yourself to perceive every little thing that's going on around you. And if not, maybe it's time to start practicing. There are many meditative and contemplative disciplines that are going to help to open your third eye and bring this part of your life deeper into its full manifestation. This is what monks cultivate when they go and sit on the mountaintop for weeks at a time, and they come back with that mysterious look in their eyes that they can see more. What they see, they don't tell you, but you know they're seeing more. It's because their third eye is open. The third eye will let you perceive the intentions of others, feelings of others, in some cases, even the aura of other people. Yes. But the third eye can be blocked just like any other chakra. The third eye gets blocked, and you begin to feel a sense of confusion about the truth of your life. For many, this means constant distraction. It means being in a situation where you're constantly going on your phone or your computer or clicking on Facebook or trying to distract yourself for no good reason. The third eye brings clarity, understanding to your life. People whose third eye is popped way open are constantly analyzing everything, seeking to understand, spending tons of time reading. And if that's you, maybe it's time to drop out of your upper chakras a bit and down into your body. Do some more exercise. Go dance. Do something that's basic, primal. And get out of that thinking mode, because it can be too much. But for those of you who don't place learning and meditation and contemplation high on your value list, maybe it's time for you to practice that more. Maybe it's time for you to pick an interesting book and read that this month. Or maybe it's time for you to do a meditation practice. These things are going to strengthen your third eye. The third eye is also the seat of the so-called intuitive, magical powers that humans have, like being psychic. The truth is that we're all psychic. You're reading thoughts all the time, you just haven't learned to discern what's yours and what's not yours. When you walk into a crowded room or a bar, you're going to be picking up on all the other energies and thoughts that are spinning around in what we call the ether, the invisible world beyond the physical reality that connects us all. And your third eye is what perceives the ether. Well, if you haven't learned this kind of information or realized that many of the thoughts you're having in your head aren't your thoughts, it can be kind of a startling realization when you begin to walk through a venue and begin to see, oh my God, that wasn't my thought. Whose thought was that? It's cool too, though, because you realize you're more tapped in than you thought you were, and you're more connected to everything than you thought you were. All of this tends to happen through that third eye. The endocrine gland associated with the third eye, by the way, is called the pineal gland, and I highly recommend you do a little research on this. The pineal gland is one of the most revered symbols in the ancient world. It was depicted as a pine cone, because that's basically what it looks like if you can see a map of the brain. A little tiny pine cone that secretes some very important hormones related to our dreams, related to what happens when we die, because at death, dimethyltryptamine floods through the brain, giving us a transcendent spiritual experience, oftentimes called life review. This is the last scene of the movie where the main character reviews all the choices they've made in their life. And when you do a major drug trip, or even when you have a very intense or traumatic life experience, this chemical can flood the brain and give you those mystical experiences that people often talk about. And that maybe if you're a spiritual seeker, you're eager to have one. Well, I can tell you that you don't need to go and have a near-death experience to have one of these mystical awakenings. What is required is that you spend time in stillness, being with yourself, and being with the emotions that you don't want to feel, and allowing yourself to find a place of peace. Because when you get there, I promise, the fireworks will start. Now let's talk about the very last chakra in this course, the crown chakra. It's going to connect us to our higher guidance, higher dimensions, our higher self, and the larger intelligence of the universe that is begging to come into your life and help guide you, if only you can surrender.